Who is Ryan Simpson? Pastor, chaplain, Dr. Ryan Simpson, PMP candidate in the great constituency of Northeast St. Anne. Who is he? Afternoon, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good night, whenever you tune in. I trust you all well. Karen Cecilia here, and I do hope you are having a good summer so far. It's still hot, but it's getting cooler. Maybe just me. All right. So I'm going to look at Northeast St. Anne. And Northeast St. Anne is not one of those constituency that you can say that the PMP is going to win, or the PMP could even be mad enough to put it in its column as a possible win. But it's politics. You must never say never. So maybe PMP can win it because it's a swing seat. It has not been for a while, but there was a time when it was a swing seat. Ryan Simpson was brought into the PMP by Mark Golding himself. He's a guy that the JLP had lined up to contest the 2020 elections in Southeast St. Anne as its candidate against Lisa Hanna. And then lo and behold, just a few days or so before nomination, it was reported that Ryan Simpson was being replaced as a candidate for the JLP by Mr. Delroy Granston. The rumors at the time, or the argument at the time, was that Mr. Dr. Chaplain Simpson broke COVID protocols, and the JLP got upset with him for breaking COVID protocols, and therefore they removed him as a candidate. At the time, we all bought something like that and say, yeah, because people are take COVID serious and all of that. But then a number of people broke COVID protocols, and most of them got a little bit of slap on them wrist for doing so, but they never faced no great consequence. I mean, a guy who's going to be a candidate in a constituency that he was most likely not going to win, and for you to remove him a few days before nomination because of COVID, because he broke COVID protocol, seemed a little bit sinister to me. Yeah, it seemed a little sinister to me. So we have to look into something like that, because after we got some other information on him, we decided to look back into why he didn't run as a JLP candidate, and we came to the conclusion that the JLP didn't remove him for breaking of COVID protocols, but maybe remove him for a far more sinister reason. Dr. Pastor Chaplain Dr. Ryan Simpson was employed to Harvard. He was employed to the great Harvard as a 7-day chaplain down by Harvard. And while he was at Harvard, he became like president or director of the youth ministries of the Atlantic Union Conference down in Harvard. I mean, them there, a big position them there. And when you research and you find all the positions that he held while at Harvard, you must ask yourself one simple question. Why would anybody leave Harvard to come run a seat that you're not likely to win? You're not likely to win, and therefore you're not likely to get a ministerial position because you're not likely to win. Why would you leave Harvard? Because, I mean, if I'm picking up trash at Harvard, I can't go on my resume. Where have you been employed? Harvard, Massachusetts. Oh, yeah. You can put it on the resume, Harvard. Why would you leave Harvard to go run a seat that you'll possibly not win, and therefore not become a minister of government and have absolutely no power? Here's where you're on. Why would you do that? There must be a reason why you left Harvard. I was trying to find out and trying to figure out, I am trying to figure out if he was fired from Harvard. Of course, when you email Harvard, and when I email Harvard and ask for some information, everybody cagey, and everybody, the people who answer me are very, 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 very kind of shaky, in how them answer. And then when you ask somebody to provide you with information to something or on someone, and they proceed to use words to you like not able to or unable to, did he work there? Yes, we have things. Yes, we know, but we are unable to. It suggests that there's something deeper and sinister about Mr. Dr. Chaplain Ryan Simpson. And so he left Harvard. We don't know if he left Harvard and him he retired or he left the job, but I am more inclined to believe that Harvard fired him. I am inclined to believe that he was fired from Harvard for something dark, something very, very dark. And I do believe that the Jamaican Labour Party have that file. I believe that they know why he was fired from Harvard. I believe it was the same reasons that he was fired that they decided not to use him in the 2020 elections. You can't have a big work at a place like Harvard. This is not the University of the West Indies, you know. This is Harvard. Harvard. We have an ID, so you work at Harvard. You don't leave them to work, them idea. So, when I do a little snooping around, nobody's saying anything concrete, but by the arguments that I am getting, it is suggesting that Mr. Dr. Chaplain Ryan Simpson could have been fired from Harvard for sexual abuse of boys. That is the argument I'm hearing. I can't prove nothing. I don't have no documentations. I'm working on it. As soon as I have documentations or have anything at all that is going to point me to the fact that he was fired, I just want to get the thing that say he was fired from Harvard, and then I will take it from there. Because if he was fired from Harvard for those kind of sinister activity, then his file would be closed, and maybe it was a part of the deal to close his file, and maybe him lose a severance package or something just to keep the file under wraps or whatever. You don't know. But this guy left Harvard, come back into Jamaica, and left all of the big work them him having at Harvard. I mean, he wasn't just chaplain at Harvard. He was director of the youth ministries. That says something to your youth. When you're a pastor and a chaplain at the same time, there's something creepy about you. Pastor, chaplain, two of them things, and you know. And with all of them positions, how do you wake up about time and figure out who you are? I don't know. But anyway, we got to know him on May 28, 2022, when Mark Golden introduced him to social media at the South Trelawney Constituency Conference at Cedric Tyson High School. I think that's in Clarkstown. And Mark Golden introduced him as a new member of the PMP. 5 months later, in October 2022, he was elected to the position of Vice Chairman of Region 1, in charge of data analysis and management. And the news of his election was broken on Facebook by the young, beautiful resistance Princess Anika Bartley. It was of particular interest that he was elected as vice chairman in charge of data analysis and management. It was of particular interest to Anika because Anika looking at it from a constitutional point of view, and Anika thought it was a constitutional breach. That was evident because if Mark just introduced him in May and he become vice chairman in October, it means that if he is a member of the PMP, he would have been at the time a provisional member. And that is how we learned about him first and foremost. And then the rumors start when we start to inquire about him. Boy, them say them man, they do some things of foreign, but you know, you were paying attention to it. We were caught up in other things. So we just write down stuff and jot down little things that we hear, and then now the reason why I am now looking into him and bringing it forward to the core so that the PMP people them can listen up to it is because Mark Golden knows about whatever it is that he has done. Now that I can say with a level of authority that Mark Golden was told. I don't know if he get any hardcore information, but I know that he was told by more than one person that this man have deep, dark, sinister secrets, and you can't have him as the representative and possible candidate and possible MP for Northeast St. Anne. You just can't. But Mark Golden don't listen. Him no want hear it. Because the reason why they took Dr. Chaplin Simpson and bring him into the PMP, and the reason why Mark did that at the conference in Clarkstown in May 2022 is to stick it to Lisa, because he's the guy who was going to run against Lisa, and at the time, well, they still do, but to a lesser level. But at the time, all of them was drunk, and the idea of having somebody to beat Lisa, because they knew what they already did in the sabotage operation for her to lose. So they want to big him up. They want to bring him in to make Lisa feel bad. Yeah, man, see that? And this man never run against you, know him join the PMP. We might just give him your seat. It was basically a kind of sefe this. You want to do this? That's basically what they were doing when they brought him in. It was one of them sick behavior where they bring him in because he was going to run against Lisa Anna, and them want to make Lisa Anna feel funny, so them bring him in and big him up, and him and Mark up on stage looking like Dumb and Dumber. You know? So this is why I'm bringing it up. His time at Harvard and his position of youth director is of particular interest to me, because that is the part that everybody very shady about down at Harvard. And I'm threatening Harvard with all kind of things. Trust me, I have people down at Massachusetts, down at Summit and all them places. I threaten Harvard with all kind of things. They need to give me some information. I say them to give me the man file if it's a deal and them close the file, but them need to give me information. So it is of particular interest to me, and it should be to all of you, particularly you, the voters of Northeast St. Anne, that these people continue to give you candidates that you don't know nothing about. And the candidates themselves not going to tell you about anything. All that's going to happen is that should he continue to be the candidate going forward in the general elections, and if the JLP does have this file on him, and him look like him going to pose any kind of threat to them winning back that seat, then they're going to release it. And who suffers when they do that? You, the voters. You, emotional, psychological, suffering, because you put in your all for this man. You go on canvas, you talk to people, you sign up workers, all kind of shit you do, all kind of crap, ready for run elections, and then bam, somebody just licking off on the head and say, this man, no man, this man have a file. Him and Dayton Campbell are swimming at the same boat. You two of them eat out of the same thing with coleslaw. And I don't know if I think he might eat out of the same thing with coleslaw. I think maybe he might eat, let me not say yet, until I get the information that I want. But I feel confident enough with what I know so far to come out here and tell you that we don't need to look into this guy, Dr. Chaplin Ryan Simpson. I'm a chaplain, I'm a doctor, I'm a pastor. He's also a pastor. Yeah, I think him got some degree from Mexico in a something. Got something down Mexico. So the JLP did not remove him because of him breaking COVID protocols. The JLP removed him because rather of his very dark, not so long ago past, and my suspicions that he was fired from Harvard for those dark behavior, so to speak. My understanding from another source is that Casey, it's not pretty. I tell you, I don't know the full story, but I know it's not pretty. That is what I get so far. So you, the people of Northeast St. Anne, need to know, and you need to make on rise bosses them know who given the candidates that are uno for vote and uno a vote, and uno must know that a funo vote, and these people can only have power if uno give it to them. And uno must stop on the foolishness about if them put on an orange shirt pan a dog, uno go vote for the dog. Uno eat that no say them have some kind of mental slavery, where them saying to you that we're gonna send that big bulldog in the orange shirt. I want you to vote for him. Uno actually don't take it literal, but just by saying it make you sound dunce and stupid, and make you pick them look pound like you idiot. So I pick them cussing and go join the Jamaican Labour Party because them think you an idiot. I come talk about if them put an orange shirt pan a dog, you go vote for the dog. You don't understand those analogies. You don't understand those kind of things when them push out pound and telling about if them put an orange shirt pan dog. You not go vote for them. I don't laugh about it like it's funny. It's not funny. It make you look dunce and stupid. So now you know that you need to start asking some questions about Dr. Chaplain Pastor Ryan Simpson. With so much writing, something behind him name. No, it must be a confused man. People like them, they always end up doing very bad things and very nasty things. There's just too much things before them name. Too much things before them name. That alone is a red flag. You know. So anyway, it's a serious matter. It's not a laughing matter. So you, the people of Northeast St. Anne and its environs, must now start asking some questions of Pastor Dr. Chaplain Ryan Simpson. And choose one. You can say doctor, you can say chaplain, you can say pastor, whichever one. And find out from him what's going on. And if him attempt to lie to, one must hold him feet to the fire. Like let him show. You see, that's why I love the American system, you know. Because somebody like him would have never done nowhere near Northeast St. Anne about him a candidate before somebody bust it out on him. That's why I like the American system. Because the moment he push him head up, somebody is going to do a research on him. I'm going to find him deepest, darkest secrets and push it out by social media and news media and let them see it. And we don't have news media that dig deep into people. We don't have that kind of news media. Our news media are into sensationalism and they are bought out by politicians and big businesses. We don't have the only investigative journalist we have in Jamaica is Zara Burton. And poor Zara, maybe she don't have the finances to go to deep, take a plane, go down to Massachusetts, go find out about this guy. Maybe she don't have those resources. Because we don't have no journalists that does these things. Because journalists don't believe, or Jamaican journalists, they don't believe that their job is to hold power to account. They believe that their job is to protect power. Pedophiles, traitors, Judases, liars, thieves. Them believe that their job is to protect those people, not the innocent, not the people that don't have the power. So, it's going to be up to you, the voters, because you have the ultimate power. The power that they seek, only you can give it to them. So, to start the inquiry, make some noise, ask some questions about Dr., Pastor, Reverend, whatever, Chaplain Ryan Simpson. All right? Thank you once again for listening to my rants. I appreciate it. I know sometimes I'm annoying. God bless you all. Stay safe and keep the children safe. Thank you.